Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Battlefield 6 video. In this one, I want to go over the SMGs as a class of weapons. I want to do a quick tier list for you guys and briefly go over each of the weapons. And then later on in future videos, we'll be looking at specific builds for specific SMGs. I'm going to be doing a tier list probably for SMGs and assault rifles. I'm not much into LMGs. But that might change if I start liking them all of a sudden. I might do one for LMGs as well, and snipers and etc, you know. But for now, definitely SMGs are my favorite class of weapons in the game. I've spent arguably most time with them, and as well as, I mean, I've played also a lot of assault rifles, and also, oh, I forgot about the carbines. So yeah, if you guys like what you see, if this video helps you out in any way, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and also I stream on Twitch, Kick, and TikTok almost every single day. We're gonna be playing the new Battlefield BR, the Red Sec coming out. It's actually coming out later today, I believe. So we're gonna be playing that. We'll be playing a bunch of things in terms of Battlefield. We're gonna continue with the multiplayer. We're gonna max out all the. I'm looking to master all the weapons as well. So it's gonna be a wild ride for sure. Lots of gaming. Again, if you like what you see, come through. And yeah, if you have any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comments. I read every single comment. Would love to help you guys out. Okay, enough blabbering. Let's get into the tier list. Okay, first things first. I'm gonna do them in order. The weapons, the SMGs, just so that, you know, there's no confusion. First on the chopping block is the SGX or the MPX, you know, in most other games. Wow, what an amazing SMG. It's the first SMG that you get, by the way, when you, you know, select the SMG for the first time. SGX, incredible weapon. I mean, you guys can see in the clips, it does it all. It's amazing up close, amazing hip fire, very good fire rate, actually right on the fast side, really good ADS, really decent range. Like I said, it absolutely does it all. Definitely, I'm gonna just go ahead and start us off, put it in the S tier straight away. It's absolutely incredible. With different attachments, you can make it either specialize more into hip fire, or you can make it, you know, be more at range. I usually go for a more balanced approach, but you can't go wrong. The gun is absolutely incredible. Okay, moving on to our second SMG. It is the beloved, present in every single shooter, MP5. Amazing gun, guys. This is, in my opinion, my personal favorite and also the best SMG in the game in terms of all-rounded. Okay, it performs incredibly up close with hip fire. It performs incredibly at range, medium range, even long range. I've sniped people out in such very, very horrible positions. It just does it absolutely all for you guys. It has very clean iron sights, so you can save some points. Personally, I ran the iron sights on the MP5, so yeah, I can save points for the rest of the attachments. Guys, don't sleep on this weapon. It is absolutely incredible. I'm putting it 100% in S tier as well. It performs, I would say, better than the SGX, so I'm gonna put it before it. However, like, let's say the rate of fire is a little bit less and things like that, but it doesn't matter. Trust me. It feels way better to use than the SGX, even at greater distances, where the SGX starts to fall off a little bit. So definitely MP5 on top, guys. Next up is everyone's beloved MP7. What a great gun this is, guys. It's up there definitely with the rest of the SMGs. However, I would not put it in S tier. It does have some drawbacks that we need to quickly talk about. For starters, it does a very little per bullet damage at 16 damage. Yeah, it's just not as powerful as some of the other SMGs. However, it does make up for it with laser beam recoil as well as very high rate of fire. It's not quite Chris Vector rate of fire, but it's really, really good, making it a extremely solid weapon. and our first weapon in the A tier. Also, its hipfire is pretty good, but not as good as, let's say, the MP5 and the SGX. Next up, we have the UMP. So the UMP is a bit of a strange one. It fires very slow, but it hits hard, and it has literally zero recoil and very little bloom, only when you're moving, I guess. So it's a extremely accurate, slow firing, hard hitting SMG. Unfortunately, up close, it gets outshot by a lot of things. And yeah, medium long range, it's good. It's really good. But yeah, it's just not the best when it comes to an SMG. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it should go in the B tier. It's like middle of the pack. It's really good, strong in certain situations, but definitely does not get up to the A tier or the S tier in terms of time to kill, in terms of just, you know, versatility, in terms of, you know, definitely, I think B tier, UMP. All right, next up we have the P90. P90, another absolute fan favorite from shooter games. It's an incredible weapon, usually speaking. In our case, right now, it has a big magazine to start off. Actually, it only has one magazine, the 50 bullet magazine, when you start using the weapon. Guys, I'll be honest with you. Everything this gun does, the MP7 does better, and the other SMGs just simply do better. It also has like an insanely annoying, super large model that is coming in the way of every single thing that you see on the screen. I'll be honest, when I was using the gun, I was thinking to myself, like, I just want to get it over with so I can play with another SMG that I actually like. In many situations, it feels like I'm shooting marshmallows at the enemy with this weapon. It does not feel like it does enough damage. Yes, it's got decent fire rate and a low recoil. I don't know, there's just something about the gun. I really didn't like it. I'm not gonna put it in the last in D tier. I don't think it's fair to the weapon to be put in D tier. I think if they maybe make the model a little bit smaller, it will be a lot more fun to use. And it's not a bad weapon. Will it get kills with it? Absolutely. But there's just, like I said, everything that gun does, the MP7 does better. And MP5 is better. And guys, honestly, just, you know, if you're like thinking, if you don't have a lot of time to play and you're thinking what to play, don't play the P90. Okay, C tier. Next up, we have everybody's favorite Vector, the Chris Vector SMG. Okay, I gotta be honest with you guys, this SMG is absolutely incredible. However, it's so hard to explain. It's easy to use, but it's also difficult to use, okay? If you hit your shots, then you can nuke anybody in a 1v1 situation. The gun kills lightning fast up close. You are going to be melting people like you cannot imagine, okay? But you start off with an extremely small magazine, and you gotta level the gun quite a bit to get a bigger magazine, and even then the magazine isn't so big. That means that you can kill, let's say, 2 or 3 people, but then you have to reload. That is if you hit your shots, right? If you don't hit your shots and you miss a lot, then you don't kill anybody and you die. Basically, yeah, small magazine, long time to reload, lightning fast time to kill if you hit your shots. Also, it takes you quite a bit of leveling to get to, you know, the decent magazines, stuff like that. So I'll be honest, that is why I'm not putting the gun in S tier. There's a lot of room for error. If you're a good player, then the gun will definitely work for you. So yeah, there is definitely a bit of a learning curve to it so that you can hit your shots. But at the same time, it does really good in hip fire. It does really good up close. Even sometimes in medium range with a bit of tap firing love. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna put it in S tier for one reason only, and that is just it's not very user-friendly. Otherwise, you probably could make an argument for S tier because of how dominant the weapon is up close. So yeah, I'm leaving it in A tier, guys, but just understand it is really, really good, but it needs some time investment. Okay, next up we have the SCW SMG. My goodness, this one is a bit of a strange one. I'll be straight with you guys. I cannot put it lower than A tier. Okay, it's just not gonna work. Reason being, this weapon has an insane damage profile. Up close, like 10 meters and closer, you're hitting 33 damage a shot, which means you will like 3-tap somebody. Okay, you are 3-tapping somebody with a high rate of fire SMG. They like people just drop. The bodies just absolutely drop. It is ridiculous. Like up close, very few things can actually beat you. But then, like close to medium range is still okay. But then afterwards, your damage just falls off a cliff. Also, the gun has like really small magazine. It's a bit of a skill cannon. Like not really, because you can assassinate people up close. But then later on, like the moment you step out of that 1v1 situation, maybe you gotta kill 2 guys, 3 guys. If you miss any bullets, you all of a sudden are dead, right? It's much like the Vector, but I would say even worse. I feel like the Vector has even better range than the SCW. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in A tier, guys. But yeah, just know you need some time investment to unlock some attachments to make it better. But yeah, the gun in the right hands, the gun is absolutely incredible, and you probably could make an argument for S tier. But yeah, for the general player, I would say definitely, I would say A tier. Yeah, I think that's a fair one, A tier. Okay, and last but not least, we have the SL9 SMG. It takes a little bit longer to unlock that one. It's the second assignment for the SMGs. Yeah, it takes a bit of time, but once you get it, it's pretty good. It's a very extremely solid SMG. I would definitely put it above the UMP. It sort of feels like the UMP though. It's a slower rate of fire weapon with an amazing accuracy, decent hip fire. It's decent at everything, I would say, but yeah, it doesn't exactly top the charts at anything. Maybe for accuracy, sure. So we're definitely gonna put it middle of the pack, above the UMP for sure, but only just slightly. What I will say about the gun, from my own experience, is I really liked the fact that it came with already very solid attachments, and you also unlock a decent suppressor pretty early if you like to play with suppressors. So yeah, the attachments come early, they're really good. So yeah, I think you guys will definitely like this gun. But yeah, I just cannot put it above, you know, the heavy hitters in the category. Definitely above the UMP, but that's about it. And this concludes our very first ever tier list. If you guys are still here, please comment down below if you agree with it. If you don't, what I can change, stuff like that. Any feedback is welcome. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And yeah, if it helped you out in any way, please like, subscribe, come through to the streams, guys. We're playing a lot of Battlefield every single day. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a fan-freaking-tastic day. Godlike out.